So in the monastery, we have these work periods, and we do quite a bit of activity here, in addition to the morning and evening meditations and the meditation period we have in the afternoon. We do a fair amount of engagement, activity, and this is Dana Parami. This is part of our generosity practice, and we can think of what does it actually take for us to flourish in the practice and really make progress in the practice. And we might think that one conception that can easily arise is that when I can get away from all these things and do more meditation and get to a place where I can do much more meditation, then I'll really make some real progress in the practice. And there is something to that, but at the same time, if you see people who really stick with practice long term, the generosity becomes ingrained as part of their character. So people who do a lot of generosity and practice a lot of kindness toward others, looking after others, and engage in a lot of acts of generosity, even to the point of sacrifice, in terms of sacrificing one's time and energy for the sake of others, then that ends up what really creates a really strong foundation for the practice. And then when we do find those opportunities, or an opportunity presents itself where we can engage in more meditation retreat, then I think it's much more fruitful than if we're just engaged in meditation retreat all the time without that foundation of merit, without that foundation of good action, wholesome action. And this is something that can, if you see, so in the suttas, one of the foundations for stream entry is that the wording in the suttas, it says, even though one may be engaged in wholesome activities for one's friends in the holy life and for the community, then one always keeps in mind that when there is the appropriate time to get away and engage in meditation practice, that one will use that open time to do that. As one of the prerequisites, or one of the factors of stream entry, is one keeps that in mind. But it doesn't mean we try to get away from generosity or try to get away from the engagement. So there's the times for engagement, and then there's the times for the meditation practice. And I feel here at this monastery, there's quite a good balance for these things. And we do have those times of engagement. But then a lot of the Ajahns, specifically Luang Cha, talks about it, that you can actually attain insight while sweeping. We could extend that to Raking, that you can actually get into a state of meditation while you're sweeping, and you can attain insight if you're looking at doing it well, putting your heart into the activity, doing a very good job, plus reflecting on nature, reflecting on the leaves that were green and then they died and they fell according to just the cycle of things. And when we reflect in that way, and then we can start to gain insight into the nature of things. So Luang Cha and other Kruba Ajahns, Luang Ban talks about that as well. He hints at having had insight while he was sweeping. So that sweeping, raking, these types of simple activities where we don't have to think too much, then these can be very, very useful for practice. I leave that for reflection this morning.